we are up to video number 3 in our 10-part series talking about creating demand for your DJ services with Dr. Drax. Drax, when we're looking at the creating a demand, there's so many things that we could be doing for clients. How do we kind of decide of what types of services that we would want to be offering that they will actually buy? How does a person kind of figure this out?
That comes back to kind of what we covered in video 1, which is knowing what you want to do and the services you want to provide. For example, you may or may not want to do love stories. So if a customer wants a love story, you want to refer them to a colleague that does them well. If you want to do them, that's fine. Then you need to learn how they're done before you book the client.
Sure.
So, for my case in my business, I didn't have packages or slivers or upsells. I felt decor lighting was an important element to set my service apart because at the time it was something nobody did. Mm-hmm. I used lasers a lot for corporate events because, again, it was something nobody did, because these were real lasers, big lasers, not little, half a milliwatt kind of devices like you'd find in some spin and puke light.
Yeah, some of them.
But, and so with it, I used those tools to craft the event the client was looking to create.
And so and you went those directions because it was a hole in the market that wasn't being served in your situation with those two.
Exactly. And that's part of what you do in the above of defining who your client is that we covered in video 1, is defining what the feature set looks like that comes with your service for that client. And it comes down to saying, I've often said, I never want to be doing a $1,000 event when a $2,500 event knocks on my door. Mm-hmm. Which means figure out a price for what you want to do every Saturday, and that's the price you charge every Saturday because that makes the business plan we've talked about in past work. And then you figure the features that go with it, and you figure the kind of person that wants to hire it, wants to buy you. So with it, you need to kind of, again, come back to the expectations. I had a client years ago. They were an awesome client. There was only one problem. They spoke Farsi. That's kind of an Iranian, Middle Eastern language.
Okay.
I did not speak Farsi. I didn't know anyone that spoke Farsi. I had to turn them down because I said, I can rock the party, I can do this, but you're going to have 500 people coming in from all parts of the world.
Right, yeah.
Many that don't speak English or even hear it or understand it. It would not be in our best interest to do that. Let me see if I can try to find you someone that can do that. Or maybe I can find someone that will be the front person and I'll do all the event production details and have a different person as a front person. Obviously, the book has made some of this much easier because the whole community has become much more connected than we ever were in the chat board days. Mm-hmm. So with it, identify the things the clients want and then do them well. Here's an example. Sally calls up and says, I really want a monogram and uplighting at my wedding. Okay. If you have 6 lights, are you going to sell her uplighting? Or are you going to say, okay, and then you're going to go rent the other 18, typically you're going to need, or you're going to buy the other 18, or are you going to try to flog 6 lights as uplighting? Monogram, are you going to have an actual video projector doing it or a Leco doing it? Or are you going to try to get by with some homemade gobo put in front of a lamp? Mm-hmm. So it comes back to knowing what people want, what's trending. If you want to be the best in the wedding market, you need to kind of understand what's trending in the wedding market.
No, for sure.
Now, enhanced grand entrances can be trending up. It can be trending down. Love stories could trend up. It could trend down. You need to follow where the trends go and then try to see where the next trend is going to be, because that next trend is what's going to really set you apart, because you'll be in on the cusp, already experienced in doing it. In my case, uplighting and enhanced atmospherics and decor. That was something I did because no other DJ did it. It didn't take a whole lot of time to do it, but it took understanding some technology and creating something where the room can be blue and then it can move to pink, different things. The point is, figure out what your clients want, how to best provide that, not in the minimal way, not the least that you can do, but how can you do that beyond their expectations? Yeah, because I guarantee you, when they walk into a room with 24 to 30 uplights, their reaction will be completely different than walking into a room with 6.
For sure. And again, if you're not exceeding those expectations and dazzling people, there's no demand. There will not be a demand for your DJ service.
Exactly.
This is video number 3 in our 10-part series. If you are watching the playlist, which that link, if you're not, is down in the description below. But if you're watching the playlist, video 4, where we're going to be jumping to that next, we're going to actually talk a little bit about feedback. We kind of talked about, the front side of it, of what to offer. Now we're going to, in the next one, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the feedback and how important that is from our past clients in video number 4, which will be starting in just one moment.